Hi, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, we will be talking about equivalence and similar matrices.
Now let's start with the concept of equivalent matrices. So ang sabi dito, two matrices A and B are equivalent if there exists invertible matrices P and Q for which this is satisfied. So ibig sabihin, dalawang ito. So posible ba na magkabaliktad ang placement? Yes, because invertible naman sila. And remember, when we say invertible, ibig sabihin, nag-i-exist ang mga inverses nila. Okay, so, meron tayong discussion before na yung dalawang matrices daw ay equivalent if and only if one can be obtained from the other by a series of elementary row and column operations. So, ibig sabihin, when we perform row operations, that is equivalent to multiplying matrix on the left part of this. So, let's say, for example, this one, and this one. So, let's consider, for example, let's say I have a matrix A, which is 1, 3, 2, and 6. Okay. So, kung natitingnan nyo, rank nito, ang rank ng A natin is, tama ba? 1? Bakit? Because if you consider the rows here as vectors, so I'd have 1, 2, 3, and 6. Di ba 1 is a multiple of the other? That means you can write this as a linear combination of the other. Now, in fact, your 3, 6 is the same as 3, 1, 2. So, ibig sabihin ito yung vector dito. So, linearly dependent ang mga vectors na ito. So, you can just count them as 1. Therefore, the rank here is 1. Now, going back to here as the matrix, let's consider P to be a matrix 1, negative 3, 0, 1. And we also have Q to be 1, 0, negative 2, and let us say this is 1. Okay. Now, observe that gusto kong kunin ang inverse nito. And also this one. I want to make sure that the P and Q here are invertible matrix. Now, we already have discussion before, so on my previous video, on how to get the inverse of a matrix. So once you get the inverse, automatically it's invertible matrix. So, let's focus on P. Paano nga ulit yun? You can write your P here as 1, 0, negative 3, 1, and you augment that with an identity matrix of the same size. So as you can see, yung P mo naman is a 2 by 2 matrix, so you have to create a 2 by 2 identity matrix. You have to include that as augmented form. Okay. And then you have to do an elementary row operation so that yung identity na ito, lilipat siya dito. So, yung matitira dito, ito na yung inverse. Okay, so how do we do that? Now, observe that, sa bagay, 1 naman ito at 0 na ito, so we don't have a problem with that anymore. And the only thing that we have to focus on is, let's make this as 0. Okay, so how to do that? I can multiply 3 to row 1, and I will add that to row 2. So the resulting form will be the new row 2. So in that case, this is still 1, 0, 1, 0. But the newly formed here is magiging 0 na yan. Magiging 1 yan. Ito naman, however, becomes 3. Tama ba? and then this becomes 1. So this means na identity na ito. So therefore, yung nasa kanan is the inverse of P. Thus, your P inverse is 1, 3, 0, 1. Now, let's go to the problem with the matrix Q. So, same pa rin. You can write your Q here as 1, 0, negative 2, 1. And you augment that with the identity matrix. Okay. Now, again, your goal is to transfer this to the other side. Tama? So, for you to be able to do that, kailangan magiging 0 yan. So, the only way to do that is your R1, you add that by 2R2. Tama ba? And that will be your new R1. So, in this case, you have 1, 0, 1, and this is 2. And then, this one is 0, 1, 0, 1. So, ang mangyayari, your Q inverse is 1, 2, 0, 1. So, ibig sabihin, if you would like to find a matrix B similar to A, pwede mo na siya isulat in this form. So, as you can see, your P again here is 1, negative 3, 0, 1. So, in fact, yung kaninang kinuha nating inverse ng P, hindi naman kailangan. Pero, sige, pinakita ko pa rin para at least alam natin na yung P talaga is invertible. And your A here originally is 1, 3, 2, 6. And your Q here is 1, 2, 0, 1. So, if you simplify this, ito muna yung unahin nating multiply. So, mangyayari you have, tama ba? This is 1. And this becomes 2. And this becomes 0. This becomes 0. And you have 1, 2, 0, 1. So, this becomes, if you multiply this, mangyayari you have 1. And this becomes 4. And this will be 0 and 0. So, therefore, this is your B. So, in other words, this matrix here is equivalent to A. But note that, kung napapansin nyo, nakaset kasi tayo ng P at ng Q. At bine-verify lang natin if they are invertible, and we found out that this assumption of matrices P and Q are invertible matrices. That's the reason why we can use that to the formula. So basically, pwede mo siyang palitan as long as it's invertible. So in other words, the equivalent of a matrix is not unique. Hindi ibig sabihin na kapag if you have a matrix A and then you have a matrix B, then nag-iisa lang siya. So there could be a lot. Nagkataon lang na ang ginawa kasi natin, nag-assume na tayo ng P at Q. So that's it. So let's have a theorem about this equivalency of a matrix or the equivalence of matrix. So given that you have vectors V and W, and these are vector spaces rather, the V here it has dimension n and the W has dimension m. Then two matrices A and B of the same size, say m by n, they are equivalent if and only if they represent the same linear transformation. So that means they have the same linear transformation representation. So it's a family of linear transformation from V to W. But take note, but possibly with respect to different ordered bases. So, posibleng magkaiba ang ordered bases nila. Okay, so how to show that that is true? So, let's have the proof for that. If A and B represent T, so that is, yung A mo is the matrix representation of T with respect to, let's say, basis BC. C. Yan. Also, the B here is the matrix of a linear transformation T, pero magkaiba yung bases. Let's say these are the bases. So, sa B, B prime, C prime, ganon. So, note that these bases are ordered bases. So, B, C, B prime, and C prime. Okay. Ano yung implication nila? Remember, they have different ordered bases, pero kung titingnan mo, they have the same linear transformation, no? So, with that, obvious na, thus, A and B are equivalent. Bakit? Kasi, same lang naman ang linear transformation nila. Madali lang yung forward. Apaka trivial. So, let's talk about the backward of the proof. So, let's suppose that A and B are equivalent. So, if they are equivalent, then I can write this as, by definition kanina, this is one, where P and Q are invertible. So, ibig sabihin, the inverses of these matrices exist. So, suppose that A and B, or just sa A muna, A represents a linear transformation, and let's say this linear transformation is T, element of this one. So, ibig sabihin, this is the T, the linear transformation represented by the matrix A, and this linear transformation is from a vector space V to W. So, let's say for some ordered basis, B and C. So, ibig sabihin, I can write A as this. Yan. Pero alam natin before in the previous video na if you have this kind of situation, meron tayong unique ordered basis. Note that there is a unique ordered basis B prime for V, for which Q is equal to M B B prime, and unique ordered basis C prime for W, for which P is equal to M C C prime. So what's the implication? This means that your B is M C C T, B, C, tama. And that is M, B prime, B. But this is just equivalent to T, B prime, C prime. So in other words, B also represents. Hence, dahil nagre-represent si B kay T, so ibig sabihin A and B represent the same set of linear transformation. So this proves the claim. So remember, dati sa video natin, sinasabi natin, yung mga past videos natin that every matrix is equivalent to exactly one matrix of block form. So bali, meron tayong ganyan. So this is a block. So, ibig sabihin, the set of these matrices is a set of canonical forms for equivalence. So, moreover, the rank is a complete invariant for equivalence. In other words, two matrices are equivalent if they have the same rank. Okay, so ang message dito is that if yung dalawang matrix are equivalent if and only if they have the same rank. So, balik tayo sa example kanina. Ito yung matrix, no? And then, that's the reason why pinakita ko that the rank here is 1. Now, ano nga yung equivalence ng A natin na nakuha kanina? B. As you can see, yung rank naman ng B na ito is also 1. So, yan yung sinasabi sa remark ng theorem na diniscuss natin kanina. One other example, let's say our matrix here is 2, 1, 0, 2. So, let us say, let's consider our P here. And our P is 1, 1, 0, 1. And let us say, I want to get the inverse of this if it exists. So let's say I have 1, 1, 0, 1. I augment that by 1, 0, 0, 1. So bali, ito yung identity matrix natin. Now, to get the inverse, so that means gusto ko magiging 0 ito, no? So that means I have R1 plus the negative of R2, and that will be my R1. So you have 1, 0. Tama ba? This is 1, negative 1. And I have 0, 1, 0, 1. Thus, my P inverse is 1, negative 1, 0, 1. So as you can see, this P is invertible kasi nag-i-exist yung inverse. And we know for a fact already that the inverse of an inverse is the original matrix itself. So ibig sabihin, this is also invertible kasi yung inverse niya mismo is yung original P. So ano nga yung sa statement natin yung definition? B and A, of course, are equivalent if you can write B equals P A Q inverse, wherein yung P at Q mo ay invertible. Now, as you can see, pwede mo siyang i-let this as P inverse because this is also invertible. So, kung nakikita mo kanina sa example, I have this P and this is the P inverse. So, I can treat this as Q inverse. So, in other words, I can write my B now as B equals P, A, P inverse, which is, I assume P inverse is Q inverse, and that is equal to 1, 1, 0, 1, and my A here is 2, 1, 0, 2. My P inverse is 1, negative 1, 0, 1. So let's multiply this muna. The result for this is 2, 3. Tama ba? And this one is 0. And this is 0. Sorry, it should be 2. And this is 1, negative 1, 0, 1. So if you multiply it again, I'll get 2. I'll get 1. I'll get 0. And I'll get 2. So your B here is equivalent to A. Now, kung napapansin mo, naka-specify siya, no? Kasi this is the general formula for equivalence. So P and Q here are invertible matrices. So yung P inverse naman is still invertible. So pwede mo siyang gawing P inverse. So this will be as a specific type of equivalence. And this is now the introduction to similar matrices. Two matrices A and B are similar, and we denote the symbol this. If there exists invertible matrix P for which you can write that. So yung example kanina is a special type of equivalence matrix, and this is a similar matrix kasi pareho talaga sila dito. Hindi Q, Q or whatever. Although you can call this as Q naman kasi Q is in general. So let's have for example for that. So I have a matrix A. I have 1, 0, 0, 2. So consider your matrix P, and this is 0, 1, 1, 0. As you can see, baliktad siya na identity matrix, no? We call this as permutation matrix. In this case, bakit? Kasi this is invertible. And in fact, you can justify that, do it as your exercise. Your P inverse is the same as P. Therefore, your B here, as by formula, this one. So I have P as 0, 1, 1, 0. And your A is 1, 0, 0, 2. And this is 0, 1, 1, 0. If you multiply this, the result here is 0. The result here is 1. The result here is 2. The result here is 0. And if you multiply it with 0, 1, 1, 0, the result here is 2. The result here is 0. You'll get here 0. And you'll get here 1. So that means this guy is similar to this. In fact, kung napapansin nyo, sulat ko ulit ito yung A ha. This is 1, 0, 0, 2. And your B here is 2, 0, 0, 1. Kung napapansin mo dito, parang ito lang eh. Ito yung nag-swap eh. In fact, that is actually the power of a permutation matrix. Permutation, the matrix is like parang baliktad siya na identity. So, and in fact, that is still invertible matrix. So, by putting that permutation matrix multiplied to a matrix, the resulting matrix is similar to that. And in fact, this is the result. So, yung kaninang example kanina na nag-introduce tayo ng similar matrix, we call that as a method of change of basis. Okay, so let's have another example. Let's say I have 0, 1, -1, 0. So my P here is 1, 1, 1, -1. So let's check if this is invertible. Again, I can write this as 1, 1, 1, -1. Augment this to 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay. So I want this first to be 0. So that means I have R1 negative plus R2. The result shall be R2. So this means I have 1, 1, 1, 0. I'll get 0. And I shall get here as -2. And I'll get here -1. Tama ba? And I have here 1. So I want this guy to be 1. I mean, ito yung pivot niya. So that means I'd have 1/2 negative of R2. That will be my new R2. So 1, 1, 1, 0. And this will be 0, 1. This will be 1/2. Tama. And this will be -1/2. So I want this guy to be 0. So that means my R1, I add that by the negative of R2. That will be my new R1. So that means I'll get 1, 0. So negative R2. So this becomes 1/2. And this is 0. Magne-negative kasi. So that means I'll get 1/2. So I have 0, 1, 1/2, 1/2. Yan. So as you can see, my inverse for that, so the P inverse is this one, which I can write that as -1/2 or just 1/2. And that is 1, 1, 1, 1. Now, remember that for B to be similar to A, you can write this of this form. And remember your P here is 1, 1, 1, -1. Your A here is 0, -1, 0, 1, 0. And I'll multiply that by 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. Okay, so i-multiply ko muna to sila. So what will be the result? The result here is 1. The result here is -1. The result here is -1. And the result here is -1. And you multiply that here. The result is, nito is 0. And dito naman, if you have a 1/2, -1, 1/2, and the -1/2, the result here is 0. And then you have -1/2, -1/2, the result is -1. And then if you have this one, you'll get -1. So that will be your matrix. So if you have any question or clarification, please let me know. So we have a theorem here for similar matrices. So, kanina equivalence, di ba? So, anong sinasabi sa similar matrices? Your V is a vector space of dimension n, then two matrices of the same size n by n. They are similar. So, it's a square matrix. So, A and B are similar if and only if they represent the same linear operator. So, ang concern niya dito is, for similar is, naka-linear operator siya from B to V. But with possibly different bases. So how to prove that? If A and B represent T, which is a linear operator, so that is if A is equal to this one, let's say the basis is that one, and B is, let's say, this one, and the basis is C. So for some ordered basis, B and C. So, by a previous theorem na na-discuss na natin before sa previous video, A and B, so the implication is A and B are similar. So, madali lang yung forward, napaka-trivial. So, let's talk about the backward. So, suppose A and B are similar. So, ibig sabihin, you can write B equals PA P inverse. This is for some P which is invertible. Okay. So, suppose A represents a linear operator, let's say T, element this one. So, for some ordered basis B. So, ibig sabihin, that is A is equal to T sub square bracket sub B. Okay. We have this already, a result from previous video that there is a unique ordered basis. Note that there exists a unique ordered basis. C for V, for which your P is MBC. Hence, implication is your B is MBC, tapos may T ka dyan na B, and then M inverse BC. And this is equivalent to this. So this implies your B also represents the linear transformation T, which is this one. So by conclusion, A and B represent the same set of linear operators. So which means they are similar. So this is the end of the proof. So if you have any question or clarification, please let me know.
And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any question or clarification, please let me know so that we can discuss on that. And for those who are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe so that you'll be updated on a lot of videos that I'll be uploading soon. Thank you and have a great day.